WENJ HD Millville, Atlantic City, a Town Square media station.
The following program is paid for, and the opinions expressed are not those of Town Square Media or station advertisers.
Welcome to the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Get me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome into the locker room with Billy Schwein, Brad Quast, Saturday morning in the locker room right here on 97.3 ESPN. What's up, Q?
Good morning, Billy. Good morning. Good morning. We finished our first session of the morning. We're good. We're fired up.
Ready to go.
I think we got a good right of mind for this show today.
Listen,
yeah.
I wrote on 97.3ESPN.com yesterday that it's a big basketball weekend.
Huge weekend.
I mean, basketball reigns supreme during the month of March, and not only is it just college basketball, we're getting ready for the tournaments and everything. The Sixers, thank goodness, the Sixers are playing. The organization made the trade. They're actually performing a lot better than I expected, and a lot of people probably expected as well. Right? They're winners four in a row. I mean, so the Flyers.
Listen,
but we're going to get into the Flyers.
The Sixers, I'm out to dinner, and I have they put the TV on at the Sixers game watching Sixers. Yeah. I've never done that before.
No, I went out last night for happy hour with my good buddy Lou Capelli.
Oh, Lou.
And they had the TV was on.
It's great. It's excitement. People are actually watching the game. I love it. It's great.
There are a lot of people that are pessimistic. I know the Sixers haven't played the best of talent, all right, but they've got a stretch coming up now where they're gonna be tested. They got the Heat tonight in Miami. They got the Bulls, right? And they have
they're scoring a ton of points. You're getting great passing. You got 4 or 5. You got 6 guys in double digits. Scoring. I mean, it's great.
Balanced attack.
And
you know what? And we said this last week, and we're going to reiterate it. The Harden has raised the level of play of everybody on the team.
Absolutely.
And you know what? I guess over the years we've been told by many people that James Harden is he's a malcontent. Sometimes he's not happy. He was not happy in Houston. He wasn't happy in Brooklyn. He looks happy here, and he's playing like it.
Yeah. See, you don't know behind the locker room, and guys give a certain impression about themselves. To the fans. Listen, as long as he's happy and he's playing 36 minutes and he's getting in shape and scoring the points and dishing the ball off, I'm happy too.
You also got to remember real quick, who is the messenger? You know how it is, Brad. Some of these people who are reporting, they don't like you because you didn't give them an interview.
Exactly.
They might not like your agent.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
They're friends with another player who doesn't like them.
Harden had 11 assists last night. You know what that tells me? He's spreading the ball around. He's happy. There's a lot of cohesiveness with this unit. I love it.
Yeah, no, I get excited, and they're getting better each game and kind of getting everybody court awareness better as they play more often. And I think it's just great. Some good things are going to happen in the Eastern Conference for us.
Yeah, we got a big show today. We're going to be talking to the sportsbook consigliere, Dave Sharapan from Vegas. We'll ask him about a couple games. Maybe put some money down put a couple bets down and take his advice. Right, you win money with it. We listen to the sports.
Oh yeah, only winners.
And how about the Villanova Wildcats, man? 21-7. They're
What do you think seat they'll be in the tournament? What do you think? They'll
maybe 4 or 5.
Okay.
Right,
I'd like to see them sneak into 3, 4, maybe if they're.
We're going to go to Indianapolis.
Okay.
We're going to talk to the radio voice of the Villanova Wildcats, Ryan Fannon, and he's going to be talking to us courtside. They tip off at 12 noon. He's calling us at 11.
There's a lot of stuff happening in Indianapolis this time. They got the combine going on,
and we're gonna. I want to talk to you a lot and the combine because you experienced.
I experienced it.
Former NFL player. You went to the
experienced
combine.
it. It was a very unique and different experience.
We're broadcasting live on my Facebook page and my YouTube channel. Facebook is Billy Schweim, and the YouTube channel is the Locker Room Billy Schweim, and you can check us out there. So we have college basketball is the month of March. College basketball reigns supreme. Mike Krzyzewski, his long, illustrious Hall of Fame career is coming to an end.
One of the greatest.
And I remember when I was in high school, 1980, when he first got to Duke, Gene Banks, Spinarkle, Jaminski on that team, maybe. Yeah. They had some great players. I would like to ask you throughout the show if you can name, and I know Josh will like participate in this. And if you want to, if you're listening out there, 609-403-0973 is the text board. If you want to chime in with anything we're talking about today, love to hear from you. But name some big names that came out of Duke.
There's some great ones that come out
really
of Duke, but what I always marvel and I love is kind of the same thing with Notre Dame football. Duke, you got to get that student athlete. He's got to be a great player. He's got to be good in the classroom. You got to be a good student to go to Duke. Yeah. I mean, you're going to class.
They make you go to class.
They make you go to class. You actually got to go to class at Duke, and it's Ivy League education. Duke is Duke.
And so a lot. And then we got to talk about a little bit about the Flyers because I've been getting into a little bit with the guys here about fighting in the NHL. And I don't care what anybody says. There is a certain generation of Flyers fans, not hockey fans, Flyers fans that aren't going to the games. And you know why? There's nothing to see. The team stinks. The prices are outrageous. There's
a lot of variables.
There's no fighting. And when I say no fighting, there's no fight in the team. There's an article today in the Daily News by Marcus Hayes. Yale's still angry at the team's complacency. There's no fight.
But not only Billy, I'm not a hockey guy, but there's no fights, but there's no aggressiveness or no enforcers. Like if you hit your wingman and a guy, to put him up on the boards to say, hey, don't do that again.
They don't get enforced.
They don't do that.
They eliminated the enforcer out of the game.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Guess what? The teams that win, like the Blues and the Penguins, they've always had, recently, they've had tough guys.
You have tough guys. Not anymore.
And that's my point. I've been getting into it with Josh and Mike and a few other people.
I got your back. I agree with you. I agree.
Right. If you're a competitor, you got fight in you.
And it's too darn expensive though now too.
Listen, when you go to a hockey game and a fight breaks out, people go crazy.
They go crazy.
So if you want to go to a hockey game, you want to go to, let's say, a Flyers game, because I'm talking about the Flyers. All right. I have never seen a building that when we went to the game a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I have never seen the building that empty.
Me either. People
aren't, you know why? There's not enough scoring with this team, just this Flyers team. There's not enough. You're not going to, if you see a fight, it's a bonus, but you're not, I would never go to a hockey game because I just want to see a fight. I expect a fight. But you don't see that anymore.
You have 4 tickets. Either you have season tickets or someone gave them to you or whatever. You take a family of 4, you're going to drop a nickel, $500, and for what?
The Flyers
for a lousy product.
The Flyers are 16, 28, and 10.
Wow.
And I have never seen a stadium.
I was shocked.
Center or the Wells Fargo that empty.
Yeah, I was shocked. When the first thing I mentioned, I walked in, Bill. I go, right? Man, this is odd.
Not that way for basketball because that place was pumped up last night.
It is.
You know what? It's a major event now. On Friday night basketball and
the tide has changed.
Right?
Yeah.
And so much fun. Of course, baseball. We'll talk a little bit about baseball. Brad, are you a baseball guy?
I like going to the game. I'm a purist baseball guy. Both my sons play baseball and traveled. I enjoy good baseball, but the ownership and the representation of the players, they're just going to shoot themselves in the foot. That's not reality. They're trying to negotiate.
One of the sticking points is the minimum salary. Just one of them. There's a few of them, but one of the sticking points is the minimum salary. And Right now, the minimum salary is $570,000 a year. The players want $700,000. They're quarreling over like $130,000.
Yeah, but like we talked about earlier in the show, is it takes so long and so hard to get into the majors that when you're in single A, double A, even triple A, you live off your signing bonus. Like
right.
you live in conditions.
They still draw a weekly salary.
But if you break it down in terms of your traveling and going, you're making like $2 an hour. It's really ridiculous wages.
Right.
And I remember seeing a show about 5 years ago about it, and that's what they're trying to do. The players are trying to be more palatable for this single A, double A, and triple A.
Because you got to remember that part of the players' contention with the league is they're saying, look, if you don't want to pay us the stupid money, the big dollars, I get that, the players are saying. But you got to then raise the bottom. You got to raise the floor if you're going to shrink the ceiling.
Exactly.
And the owners don't want to do that because half these owners still think it's 1975 and Kurt Flood's trying to sue them for free agency.
Yeah, but you know what, Josh, though? I think the players make great money. I mean, you're talking
not all of them.
Not only when you get to the bigs and you do, but the majority of the players are still
not
struggling.
Every player is Bryce Harper.
Yeah, exactly.
You know how much money he's going to lose a day?
Yeah, it's sick.
It's
sick.
$148,000
a game, and then break it down to at bats. It's like it's crazy when you break those kind of numbers, and that's what the public sees, and that's what they get pissed off.
Right, people in the lower socioeconomic group, they have no sympathy for the players.
No, they don't. But Brad understands. Brad, you know better than any of us in here. Not everyone makes the big money as a pro athlete.
No.
The pro athlete who's trying to get his way on the roster, stay on the roster, they're making the bare minimum a lot of times.
And the bare minimum, whatever, is still a lot. $450 or $750 when you're, it's still a lot of money.
But it's small compared
to a guy making $25 million a year.
Yeah.
So it's that's the salary cap we live in.
And then, of course, the last topic we're going to discuss is the pro day or the combine down in Indianapolis.
Oh,
you experienced that.
Oh my gosh. I got stories. Yeah. I have some stories I can tell you online on here and some I can't. So I'll tell you that. So that'll be a good topic.
So we got a big show lined up today. The Sportsbook Consigliere, Dave Sharapan at 10:30. Then the radio voice of the Villanova Wildcats, Ryan Fannon at 11. The first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers, sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts to help you through the entire process, from contract signing to closing, with the shortest center city and every place in between. Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900. My Winter Watchdog. Have you heard of New Jersey's premier vacant home management service, My Winter Watchdog? You know those worrisome thoughts that creep into your mind every time you hear of a storm coming and the daunting task of driving down to the shore to check on the house, hours of time on the road. Let My Winter Watchdog be your eyes and ears with their 15-point inspection checklist. They offer a full menu of maintenance and improvement services. Owner Debbie McGonigal and her team of property caretakers are professional, licensed, bonded, and insured. So don't let the winter worry you. They'll give your house that lived-in look. That's My Winter Watchdog. Go to mywinterwatchdog.com or give them a call at 267-202-1869. That's 267-202-1869. Or send Debbie an email, debbie@mywinterwatchdog.com. All right, when we return, we'll continue more here in the locker room with Billy Schwein, Brad Quast on 97.3 ESPN and the mobile app.
They score!
It's Flyers Blackhawks later today with Tim Saunders and Steve Coates calling all the play-by-play action. Coverage begins at 3 p.m. on your home for Flyers hockey in South Jersey. 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot. You need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Rhymes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Rhymes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. ladies. Mark Grimes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com. Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Rendezvous Pizza, Rendezvous Pizza, Rendezvous Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Rendezvous Pizza, there's one right nearby. Rendezvous Pizza, Rendezvous Pizza. It's a pizza like you've never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Rendezvous Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Rendezvous Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Rendezvous Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Rendezvous Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Have you wanted to speak a new language but thought it'd be too difficult or take too much time? Then try Babbel. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel teaches you conversations that you will actually use. With 14 languages and lesson topics like travel, business, relationships, and more, you'll learn what matters most to you. Babbel. Language for life. Learn a new language with ease. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com.
Just when you get outside and think it's going to get better, you realize you're stuck. No, it's not snow. It's your car. But you're in luck. Matt Platt Mitsubishi will take it, running or not. Bring any trade to Matt Platt Mitsubishi and drive home in a new 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander. See for yourself why this CUV is taking the world by storm. Matt Platt Mitsubishi is your premier Outlander dealer with 1.9% APR for up to 60 months and $500 cashback rebate. Plus, with our 4-day love it or leave it return policy, you simply can't make a mistake. So get to Matt Black Mitsubishi and drive home a brand new car or SUV today. Simply Matt Black Mitsubishi. VIN number NZ032106. Offers approved with Tier 1 credit through Ally Financial. $500 rebate active registration included. Go to mattblackmitsubishi.com for complete details plus tax license registration fees. Offers can be combined. Expires 4/6/2022. Matt Black has been serving up great deals to the South Jersey community for decades. So come in today and get your deal your way. Located right in the heart of Glassboro for over 30 years.
We're back here in the locker room. Billy Schwein, Brad Quast, Josh Henning pushing the buttons, and the intern Jake is here. Really exciting game last night. We'll start off with the Sixers because, like you said, Q, 5 guys in double figures. That's balanced attack. They were losing the majority of the game. They Cleveland was up 13 after the first. The Sixers were up 4 or 5 in won the second quarter, but it was like a back and forth affair. But I never felt for one moment that they were going to lose last night.
No,
I felt so good. Q.
They controlled the whole game. 8 guys in double digits. Harding,
11 assists for Harding last night.
11 assists, 3 rebounds. Harding, he's just playing. He's working himself back into shape, and you can see the fruit on the field. He's just getting better.
When you have a cohesive unit, it's fun to go to the rink. It's fun to go to the arena. It's fun to go to the field, right?
Yep.
You can't wait to even practice, right, Q?
We were talking about it with Josh too, is that like they come out for shoot around and they just they're happy, a smile on their face.
Right.
They're just enjoying it because they're winning and they're playing together. They got rid of the cancer and they know they can win, the East, and they got a shot now, and that's exciting. And you can see it in their eyes.
Yeah, and you can see it in their play. They got a bounce in their step and everything.
Little giddy up.
The Sixers play the Heat tonight in Miami. Butler, I don't know, is Butler playing tonight, Josh? Do we have any
I'll double check.
He missed Thursday night's game.
They
with a
were
toe injury.
They were projecting him to play, but I'll double check.
See, that always scares me. They get on a plane, they go down to Miami, they get there, the weather's nice. You got
the Clevelander, right?
You got all these distractions, we'll say it. And they would like to partake. And so I'm a little worried about that, their effort tonight. So
I said this yesterday. I think they lose tonight.
Yeah,
And would you be upset if they lost tonight, Josh?
I wouldn't be upset. I mean, to me,
the naysayers are going to come out. Oh, they can't beat a good team.
Yeah.
They're going to come out. But you don't win them all, especially on the road.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Jimmy Butler, PJ Tucker,
Lowry.
are both questionable.
And I don't think Lowry's out.
Lowry is out for personal reasons.
Right.
He has to deal with a family situation.
Okay.
Right.
But Adebayo is going to play. Duncan Robinson is expected to play. But the big deal is Butler and Tucker are questionable, which means at least one of them is probably going to play. Like, for example, nobody talked about this yesterday. We didn't realize this until late in the day yesterday. Tobias Harris was questionable yesterday.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Nobody talked about it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he trots onto the court to warm up like 40 minutes for the tip.
And he dropped 15 last night. He played 38 minutes too.
Yeah.
So
on top of that,
questionable.
When they say guys are questionable, I'm always just like, they're probably going to play anyway.
Do you ever wonder why they did? NFL's like that too. Questionable, probable, but they have to do it for reasons. We know the reasons.
Why. It's because of the betting lines,
exactly.
Stuff like that.
But when you say questionable and he's out there sprinting and plays 38 minutes, it's like, come on, man, what's going on? 8 o'clock game tonight, Miami. That should be fine.
Is that national tonight?
No, that's the regional network.
Okay. That should be a good game.
I can't wait to watch it.
And then the national game tonight is Warriors Lakers on ABC. It's a national game.
The trade is looking really good for the Sixers because Ben Simmons. You see the general manager for the Brooklyn Nets was on.
Yeah, Sean Marks.
He's Australian, right, Josh?
Yes.
Ben Simmons. They're making excuses for him up there now
already. Yeah, it's already. So they the owners are.
Is this Ben? I'm shocked. Is he a coward? Ben
Simmons? Listen, that's saying a leopard can't change his stripes.
Yeah.
I think he is what he is.
He is what
it is. What he is.
It is what he is.
It is what he is. So I think you have that, and he lures people in because of his athleticism, and he is what he is, and he gets there, and it's like, he's
so you guys are leaving it to me to be the one who really calls him out.
He's a dud.
Ben Simmons is a beta male who is entitled.
A beta male.
He's been handed everything in his life. He's surrounded by yes people. He doesn't
he's been coddled.
No, and everyone in this world will not tell him what he needs to hear.
But that's every professional athlete.
That's not every professional.
No, but
not every athlete's an alpha.
Why were you coddled, Q? Were you coddled?
Define coddled.
Like, for example, Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler, you mentioned perfect example. You know why Philly fans love Jimmy? Because of who Jimmy is.
Yeah.
Jimmy was a late first-round pick. He was supposed to be just some random role player coming out of Marquette. He turned himself into a superstar player through sheer force of will.
Work ethic, yeah.
And then when everyone asks him, he'll tell you to bleep off. He don't care who you are.
Right.
He'll go on that interview with Chris Haynes and talk about how, Philly fans are great because they're not soft like other Philly sports fans. You know what I mean? Like, he'll say things that our athletes don't say. So not every athlete is Ben Simmons. What makes Ben Simmons so horrible is that he's one of the worst of the bunch.
Yes. You can't judge a man until you walk in his shoes, but
but this guy,
I know. And that's why
eventually, Q, as a player, when you see another player getting when they're making excuses for him, what's that do for the rest of the team?
Well,
in a pro locker
room, they lost the other night.
So I'll tell you, in another locker room across the Carson Wentz, he lost the locker room because he didn't compete. Like the guy said, he wanted his job. No,
he wanted his cake and eat it too. He wanted everything his way.
Compete for Jalen's job. And that's why he lost the locker room.
And Carson Wentz is another person who comes from a strange background.
Exactly.
He was not recruited at all to go to D1. He was a small kid coming out of high school. He comes from the middle of nowhere. He was with a very sheltered. The first time he left his home state was when they played Kansas State when he was at North Dakota State. Think about that.
Yeah.
You don't even leave the state. He spent his entire life in a certain part of the country, never exposed to anybody else, and then he comes to Philadelphia.
So then, okay, Howie Rosen, you do
Rosen.
he's at the combine. I'm going to take a guy that high and be the leader of my franchise, knowing all of these variables.
See, you got to remember who checked off on it. The owner.
Yeah,
because the owner flew out to North Dakota to meet with him and have dinner with him.
So how he convinced him?
You can have all the tools in the world, but like Josh mentioned, all those other factors.
It's got to become. What about the heart?
Yeah, you got to be.
You got
to be a freaking winner. You got to be a leader.
It's tough to measure the heart.
But this gets back to Billy's point, and that is these owners get too involved in these decisions.
They look good on paper. They
he's such a nice kid. Yeah. Like, remember they kept re-signing Jason Peters because Laurie and Peters are buddies,
and he's great in the locker room, and he's
man. I don't. Listen, a team player, good in the locker room, is very important in football. And very important in hockey, I think.
In every sport.
After we talk with Sharapan, the sportsbook consigliere, I want to talk to you about the questions that they ask at the combine.
I'll tell you.
Went through it.
I'll talk about the ones I'm able to say on radio.
And really quick, Billy.
Yes.
Repeat again. GM Sean Marks is what?
Australian.
Ben Simmons is what?
Australian.
Rest my case.
There you go.
So do you think?
There you go.
Do you think the GM up there is doing him any favors? Ben Simmons?
Listen,
by making excuses.
It's the clan.
Right.
Listen, they stick together.
609-403-0973.
That's a good catch.
That is.
That's a really good catch.
He's only wrong every once in a while.
Yeah, and he loves
especially
it
with this fight.
He loves it.
All right, the first hour of the locker room was powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers, sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts that help you through the entire process, from contract signing to closing, with the shortest center city and every place in between. Surety Title is there for you. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900. Friends, let me tell you about Maserati, the main line, located just minutes from downtown Philadelphia. They offer a client-focused car buying experience designed to exceed all expectations and invite you to stop and see the area's largest selection of new Maseratis, including the sporty Ghibli midsize sedan and the class-leading Levante, the only SUV worthy of being called a Maserati. Maserati, the mainline, also leads the nation in certified pre-owned sales and has the highest quality like new Maseratis available on the market. Your experience does not end at the point of a sale, as Maserati, the mainline, offers free pickup and delivery for scheduled service appointments and provides a new Maserati loaner car. So be audacious. Call my good friend Michael Pileggi at Maserati, the mainline, today at 484-804-4800. That's 484-804-4800, or visit them online anytime at motml.com. All right, when we return, it's the sportsbook consigliere Dave Sharapan. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Brad Quast, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
It's Sixers basketball tonight on 97.3 ESPN with the voice of the 76ers, Tom McGinnis, calling all the exciting play-by-play action.
Maxey step back three in the air. Got it. Tyrese Maxey feeling it, baby. A triple.
It's Sixers Heat. Coverage begins at 8 p.m. Philadelphia 76ers basketball on your radio home of the Sixers in South Jersey. 97.3 ESPN.
Are you kidding me?
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Calling again, again and again. Calling again, again and again.
Hi, this is Camden County Commissioner Director Lou Capelli with some quick COVID vaccine facts. First, if you haven't received the booster shot, you are not fully protected. 99% of our positive cases are people who haven't been boosted. Second, growing up, almost all of us were vaccinated to protect us from infectious diseases. And COVID vaccines are no different. This is your shot. Make it count. And remember, if you're not boosted, you're not fully protected. Visit CamdenCounty.com/vaccine for more information.
Creamy nut butter makes it delightfully sweet. Roasted nuts make it perfectly salty. Get 2 great tastes in one delicious bar. Enjoy a Nature Valley sweet and salty nut bar today.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents
And Doug.
Check it out, Limu, a roadside carnival.
Step right up, folks. Test your strength. Come see the fire-breathing baby.
Let's fan out and tell people that Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Look, an emu wearing sunglasses.
Limu, you're famous. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Recently, Total Wireless helped Garrett Dvorak throw a virtual baby shower for his wife, Ellie.
Just to see everyone's expressions, I don't have words for it.
Because when you move to Total Wireless, you can get amazing devices on 5G. And with unlimited plans starting at $25 a month per line for 4 lines, you could save up to $80 per month.
Total Wireless, you guys pulled through.
Total Wireless, do amazing. 5G capable device and SIM required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary. Savings claim made when compared to 4-line postpaid plans of the leading carrier for 2021. See terms and conditions at totalwireless.com.
The 2022 Hercules Tires MAC Basketball Championships are headed to Atlantic City's Jim Whalen Boardwalk Hall, March 8th through 12th, featuring 22 men's and women's teams. The tournament is fun for the family, featuring a band jam, Spirit Squad showcase, and a mac and cheese fest, where you'll be able to taste a variety of mac and cheese from your favorite local restaurants. Don't miss your chance to be a part of the action, to see who will cut down the nets, and earn a spot in the big dance. Get your tickets at boardwalkhall.com.
All right, we're back here in the locker room. Saturday morning, March 5th already, man. You upset about? I'm a little bummed out.
Because March
Madness.
Play golf, the Masters tournament, and getting ready.
All right,
getting ready for the shore, baby. Getting ready for the shore.
All right. A lot of stuff happening in the world of college basketball. There's a couple of games that I want to talk about with our first guest. We look forward to having him on every Saturday morning. Let's go to the Maserati, the Mainline Sports Hotline, and welcome in the locker room the sportsbook consigliere, Dave Sharapan.
Oh, look what he's wearing.
He's wearing UNC.
Nice.
Dave, one of the best rivalries of all sports. Duke, UNC.
Yeah, that's probably his one up.
Yeah, this is boys, it's good to see you. Last week I was on the road, so we're back home.
Dave, I got to tell you, let me interrupt you. You never disappoint, man. Look at that powder blue, man. He looks great.
Professional.
He is.
Completely professional.
Listen, you gotta dig deep sometimes on these Saturdays. I got a lot of baseball hats. We can't even talk about baseball.
That's a crime. That's a shame.
I just don't understand what's going on. But everybody's going to be talking about this game today, boys, and rightly so. I mean, it's Coach K's last game. The guy's been the coach there for 42 years. It's
5
crazy.
national championships.
Do you think he cries on the? You think he'll cry?
I think so.
I think he'll cry.
Will.
He's an
I hope
emotional
he
guy.
does.
I hope he
should,
does. He's an emotional guy.
I mean, he's not Dick Vermeil, but he'll cry.
Yeah.
How do you not? After such a storied career.
Yeah. And I want to see what players come back. His old players come back and honor him. You know. That's
I mean, listen, this is one of those things that transcends sports. I mean, when Mrs. Consig says to me at dinner last night, she goes, "Do you know how many players are coming back for Coach K's last game?" I'm like, "No, I hadn't heard yet. I'm worried about the spread. It's 11.5." She goes 92 players are coming back to come and pay tribute. So I mean, you guys played sports and you got kids and stuff. Like when you make an impact as a coach, like that's something like that. It's huge. So we should be talking about it, but you shouldn't be betting Duke today. I'll tell you that. The line is so inflated, Billy.
I know.
It's way too high. It should probably be.
See what they're charging for tickets? I think the average ticket is $5,000.
Who'd you like better, Dean Smith or which one?
Krzyzewski.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I was a
okay.
I was a Duke guy before it was cool. I thought, nobody rooted for Duke early, and then when they got good, people rooted against them even more. I always rooted for Duke. I thought Christian Leitner was fantastic.
I loved him.
Oh, who did?
Bobby Hurley.
You know,
Bobby Hurley.
my first recollection of watching Duke was, I think, when I was in high school, and they had Jim Spinarkle and Jaminski and Gene Banks.
Okay.
How about Gene Banks?
You're showing your age there, Billy.
Yeah, that's right. Gene
yeah.
Banks.
You
You're
did.
showing your age.
Johnny
And they had real
Dawkins.
short shorts.
Yeah.
Billy, was that in black and white, or was that in
Yeah.
color?
Guess what? You guys laugh, but when I first started watching Flyers hockey, it was in black and white.
Really?
Yeah,
I
Okay.
believe
I had a
that.
little TV in my bed. Bobby and I had a little TV in our bedroom. It was black and white.
Peter Puck.
Yeah.
Those days
Peter
back
Puck?
in the day. Yeah.
Dave, help me out with this, Dave.
Yep.
I don't know if you saw on Twitter, the guys here at ESPN, Mike Gill, Josh Henning, and a few other people, Pete Thompson, we're getting into fighting in hockey. I say that fighting in hockey, the lack thereof, is hurting the game. It's not that I go to a hockey game to see a fight, but I think by Bettman changing the culture and taking fighting completely out of the game, it's people get excited when they drop the gloves.
And really quick, just to clarify my position, because Billy and everybody likes to misconstrue everything I say.
Right.
Twitter's an abomination, as we all know.
Yes.
My position is that the fighting is low on the issue for hockey. That the problem with hockey starts with the fact that you went so long horribly marketing your sport. You're charging through the roof for the tickets. The average person can't go to the game that many times. And then on top of that, a team like the Flyers, you go to the game and it stinks. To me, fighting is behind those things.
Well, Josh, that's professional sports in general. It's hard to go to a game. I'm a family of 5. If I want to go to a regular season hockey game, it costs me $1,000. To get in
crazy.
the door.
I mean, it's not.
And that's $1,000. And I was lucky to grow up going to Penguin games as a season ticket holder, where the tickets were $24 a piece. That was what the face value of the ticket was. So you're absolutely right. I mean, it's very hard to just go to a game as a regular person, and I don't know. The game is still awesome. There's a place for fighting in hockey. I think it needs to stay there because it's such a physical game and it's so fast. I mean, you have to be accountable for your actions. So when guys skate around and slash and slew foot and do all the dirty stuff and don't have any ramifications of knowing they're going to take it right in the chops, or one of their teammates is going to have to step up for them because someone's going to come after them.
Exactly.
Then you go, you know what? You play with a little more respect. And I think it's policing itself. And you take it out of the officials' hands. It actually makes the game better when
That's why I have the sports book on the show.
Listen,
the judge screws. Say no more.
Brilliant minds think alike.
Fighting in hockey. Keep it.
You're like the
I
judge.
keep it.
It can't be the focus of it, though. And I think they were on the way to where, it's not, and as much as I'm a wrestling fan or enjoy wrestling for what it is, it can't be a circus.
It can't be those bench clearing brawls every other night. I get that.
It can't be the Broad Street Bullies. I mean, for back in the day, they got a little bit crazy with Schultz and those guys back in the day. They were taking liberties. They had to change the game because of what the Flyers were doing back then. But they did. I mean, look at before the trap, the late 80s, early 90s hockey was unbelievable.
Right.
I mean, it was just a tremendous
up and down,
fun.
banging, couple
good.
fights. Hey, Dave,
But it's still not made for TV, though.
It's not made for TV, but we're not talking about TV.
I know,
we
but
went to the
that's
game
why
a
the
couple weeks
viewership's
ago,
down.
Dave,
Yeah.
and it was
empty.
it was empty. There had to be like 5,000 people at the Wells Fargo Center where the Flyers play.
They
Come
stink,
on, man.
Billy.
Well, that's another component.
When a team doesn't win, they're literally like against the number and the overs. They give up way too many goals. You still have to win in sports to get people to go to the games.
Exactly.
You can have a good experience going to the games, but think about the kid. We talk about it on Sports Grid. The kid that goes to the Orlando Magic games every game with his dad or his mom or whomever. Seen him win 5 times at home all season. Like, that stinks.
That's terrible.
I mean, how much?
That's a long ride home with Dad.
Every time.
Long ride home.
Dad, why does my team stink?
Stinks. I don't know, son.
I mean, why do we keep coming to this? They never win. When a kid tells you why do we come, then you really don't want to go, right? So, I mean, it's hard. You have to win to get people to go to the games. Believe me, before Mario Lemieux got there, I went to Penguin games for 10 years where I swear I could yell across the arena to get my peanuts because the vendor could hear me because there was not 5,000 people in the building. Like, come over here.
The old
when you're
igloo.
done.
Igloo,
Yeah. So, I mean, it's
And Annie
not an
Brothers.
indictment on the sport. I think it's on the individual team.
Right.
And you guys know when a team's bad, it's hard to get anybody to go.
We're talking with the sportsbook consigliere, Dave Sharapan. You can check him out follow him on Twitter at SportsBKConsig. Of course, Bostonian, the book. I saw you on MLB again the other day.
Yeah,
MLB during the week.
We're trying to figure that out. I don't know what to do with this MLB. I keep getting asked, like, what do we talk about? What do we do? You know, and you can only talk about this situation so long, Billy. I don't know what to make of it.
Dave, whose side are you on? Are you on a side at all?
I mean, I don't think it's up to me to pick a side, but I mean, like, how can the players be wrong in this situation? Like, I mean, at some point, the owner's got to go, well, you know, we run the teams, we make all the money, we pay the players. It's not like the players make more than the owners. So when you hear that the players' salaries have been out of control for years, but the owners wrote the checks. Like, so what are you going to complain about now?
Right, but you were just talking, but Dave, you were just talking about taking a family of 5 to a hockey game. It costs you $1,000 at some point. And Josh and I have been talking about this for years. At some point, the bubble is going to completely burst, and I think we're close to it now. You see, I've never seen I have never seen a Flyers game that empty, and it's got to be for the contributing factors that I have already stated. That is contributing to this. I mean, people don't have that disposable income to throw around to a team that stinks.
Well, you forget about a team that stinks. What about a team that's good? Like, I mean, the Vegas Golden Knights are a perfect example here. The tickets were through the roof. They're in danger of not making the playoffs here. You can actually get a ticket for face value or less now.
Right.
It changes so quickly. And baseball's on the precipice of, you know, does anyone want to go to games anymore? It's slow. It's 3 hours. It's hot when you go to the games. Ticket prices are expensive. The concessions are ridiculously expensive. And, you know, they're both talking and nobody's listening. That's the frustrating part of all this. All I want to do is come back east again this summer, take my kids to a Phillies game.
We'll have to go. We'll all have to go together.
100%. 100%. We're going to do that.
And
I want to do that because it's such a nice night out.
Yeah.
Plus, I owe Josh a game too.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Well, what we do know is that you can make the money that you need to go to the game based on Dave's picks today. He already mentioned about North Carolina Duke.
Hey, I like which way we got to ask him about the Sixers tonight.
Well, yeah, the Sixers are plus 1.5 tonight against the Miami Heat.
What do you think?
Sixers are 4-0 since the trade, Dave. They're looking pretty good.
They are. And that line last night was 7.5. And I was like, I said it on Bostonian versus the book. I'm like, it's too many points. I knew they weren't going to cover. This is a tremendous matchup. Like, my whole day is being focused around center. I'm going to watch this basketball game. I mean, and it's not the national game. The Golden State game is the national game against the Lakers, and I don't know why. I'm betting against the Lakers every single day until they cover, and I just keep winning. It's been great. I love it. Can't stand the whole thing. Sixers getting 2. They've been so good on the road. I think they win the basketball game.
Wow.
I brought it just in case.
He just switched to the Sixers hat.
I had it right here.
Look at this guy.
I didn't want to come on with it right away because you guys are living in it. So I didn't want to, say, he's just kissing my butt because he's wearing a Sixers hat. I like it today. All right. I don't think they'll get bet because they were on a back-to-back. Now, keep in mind that one of the things that I was just terrible at in the risk room for a lot of years, and even as a bettor, I can't put the value on that back-to-back in the NBA. I was never really – I either overvalued it and bet against them or undervalued it and bet on them, And it just seems like that's one of those things, just like a shootout in hockey. If I have a hockey bet and it goes to a shootout, I'm like mush in the movie Bronx Tale. Just rip it up. No matter what happens, I can't win.
But trash.
I understand the back-to-back theory, but my caveat, though, is it's in Miami South Beach.
He thinks that
there's
a big distraction down there.
There's a distraction, I think. They get in, last night and night before, and I just think that Miami factor.
They played last night. So
I know, but they took off after the game. Yeah, but I think they're on the beach right now.
Yeah, but no,
they're shoot around, they're out to eat, and they're
they're at
the Cleveland.
They're
the Cleveland there. Spring break is going down there.
It's the game after this because they don't have a game Sunday.
Right.
They're going to spend the night in Miami.
Well,
it's the game after you got to worry about you.
Monday.
I'm not worried about this one. They're in the room sleeping right now.
Okay. All right, and the last game, Dave, is Villanova. We're going to be talking with the radio voice of the Villanova Wildcats after you, Ryan Fannon. They play Butler. Butler's obviously not that good. The last time they faced them was 72-36, I believe.
It's this is one of those games. Like if you're Butler, you're supposed to like really answer that. Like you're like, man, these guys killed us last time, right? They don't have the horses. All right. Very rarely do you see in college basketball more than a 6-point favorite on the road. Villanova's 8.5 or 8-9. You got to bet Villanova. They're gonna. This is I mean, the total though is 129. It's really low for a college basketball game. Expect another defensive effort from Villanova. I can't wait to watch the Big East tournament. Tell that guy I'll be watching and listening. I can't wait to see what Providence does, what Villanova does, and I think Villanova can actually improve their seed with a win today and a win out in a Big East tournament. They can go from like a 3 seed to a 2 seed. I don't think they can be a 1, but it's going to be some good basketball.
I have a uniquely Josh question for you, Dave.
Hit me with it, Josh.
Hit me with your best
Everybody
shot.
knows I'm the UFC guy here. I've been covering the sport personally for over a decade. I got Masvidal plus 250. I'm riding with it.
No good. He says no good. He says
that's a shame.
No good. No good.
I understand it. Believe me. I'm just saying, people bet the dog all the time. And listen, I can't stand this Covington either. And I just known him this week from watching the promos and all the stuff. He's annoying. He's selling the fight though. And Masvidal, believe me, he's going to win for the people. That would be fantastic. But I've seen so many dogs go down in flames in this stuff. Everyone that I talked to this week says, unless he catches him early, Covington's going to beat him. And I hope for your sake that you're right. But if I had to bet this thing, I heard that Covington by decision is a little better bet because you don't have to lay as much odds. Right. But Covington and over 4.5 rounds, I'm just telling you, I had a few odds makers on that I respect their opinion. They told me he's going to win. So, all
right. There he is. Sportsbook Consigliere, Dave Sharapan. Follow him on Twitter at SportsBKConsig. Cash considerations, Bostonian in the book. He does it all. But we love it when he's here on Saturday mornings, Dave. As always, thank you so much.
10-9-8-76ers. Get it done in Miami tonight, boys. See you later.
There he is. The Sportsbook Consig on the Maserati, the main line. Sports Hotline, Dave.
Hotline.
Q man. So he likes UNC.
Yes.
The Sixers. And Nova.
That's a good 3-game par.
There you go. So, it's hard. What do you? That's a parlay.
Yeah,
you parlay, take all
together.
3.
Put them together.
All right, I might do that tonight.
You might do that.
All right. The first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchase. From the shortest center city and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you. With 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA, that's Surety Title. For more information, call our good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900. Hey, just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. Where you wear their private business network they call the Legacy Club. Every month, they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events, and it seems a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. When we return, we'll wrap up the first hour and get you ready for the radio voice of the Villanova Wildcats, Ryan Fannon, calling courtside. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Brad Quast, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app have you covered on your radio and phones. Starting at 6 a.m. with the new Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max Kellerman show. At 10, it's Greeny with Mike Greenberg, followed by Bard and Hahn at noon. At 2 p.m., it's South Jersey's #1 sports talk show, The Sports Bash with Mike Gill. Take 97.3 ESPN with you everywhere you go with the free mobile app. Download it now in the Apple Store or Google Play.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson & Sons for electrical, they're #1.
Hi, this is Mike Herron. You've heard me talk about my experiences playing football at the Naval Academy on The Locker Room with Billy Schwein. I'm here to tell you about a company with the same high level of integrity and dedication that it takes to be successful on the football field. Best Property Maintenance. When you need cleaning and janitorial services you can trust, call Best Property Maintenance. They'll take care of your property from top to bottom, commercial and residential, fully licensed and insured. Call Best today. When you want it done right and on time, call Best. They'll do the rest. Call today, 609-926-2378, or go online at bestpropertynj.com.
Hey, Ray Magliozzi here. I'd like to carry more parts at my shop, but I just don't have the room. Every time I go in the back to get wiper blades, I trip over a dusty crate of Honda air filters, then bang my head on some GTO radiator hoses. eBay Motors never has that problem. They stock all the right parts at the right prices. 122 million of them, with everything from new headlights to vintage gear shifters. I can't imagine being able to stock 122 million parts. I mean, where would I get all those shelves? eBay Motors. Let's ride.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, over-designed, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry's starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover, all for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter 5510 at checkout. That's harrys.com, code 5510. Enjoy.
Cold weather got you down? Forget the snow boots and pack your swimsuit. Atlantic City International Airport offers nonstop flights to Cancun. What are you waiting for? Book your flight today by visiting spirit.com.
All right, we're back here in the locker room. Billy Schwein, Brad Quast. I can't wait to. On the other side, we're going to talk with Ryan Fannon, the radio voice of the Villanova Wildcats. And then after that,
Villanova,
I want to talk to you about, and I want to ask you, pick your brain about the questions that are asked at the combine.
Some interesting questions.
I know you are very knowledgeable in this subject because you went through it.
I went through it. I lived it. I went through it.
All right,
For
real
better
quick.
or for worse, you lived it.
Yeah,
I lived
give
it.
Give me a quick. Give me some a good Duke player over the years.
I never forget Christian Lightner in Philly.
and that shot.
The turnaround shot,
That's
half court,
unbelievable.
and turnaround shot, and just I loved him because everyone hated him.
Right.
You know, a good-looking guy,
Hates
good
losing.
player,
Hated
hates losing competitor, and I Christian Lightner's my guy.
How about you, Josh?
Grant Hill, the guy
Grant
that threw him
Hill.
the pass.
Grant Hill,
Alvin Hill's son.
Yeah,
And Grant was the better NBA player.
Yes, more athletic. Yes.
Loved Grant Hill.
Grant
I
Hill.
also like him as an analyst now. Too.
Yeah, he's good.
Bobby Hurley.
Bobby Hurley, gritty.
How about that?
Yeah, he's the head
Did
coach
you-
of Arizona
did you see
State.
the
Arizona State.
The stories of how what they would do to Bobby Hurley and kind of poke him and stuff and get the most out of him.
Really?
Oh, they were
Needle
brutal.
him?
Kristen Leitner there were stories on ESPN
Yeah.
that they would like make fun of him and just to make him
people
compete.
forget that. So people forget that Bobby was the one guy on that team who didn't come from a for lack of a better term, an affluent family.
Yes.
Leitner and Hill both came from decent upbringing.
Yeah,
solid
they
family.
were private high school kids.
Right.
Yeah.
Bobby, Bobby's dad was the head coach up north
Yep.
at St. Anthony's for all those years, and he didn't have a lot of money. He got the Duke purely on his basketball.
Yep.
So they would make fun of him because he didn't have the nice stuff.
Yeah.
609-403-0973. If you want to join the show and send us a name of a famous Duker, a Dookie. But you know what?
Diaper dandy.
I'm gonna watch a lot of basketball, a lot of good basketball. We got Nova at noon, right? And
There's nothing better.
I
than
think
March
the
Madness,
UNC
so.
Duke is at 6.
Okay.
And then you got the Sixers at 8. It's a basketball weekend.
Sure is.
All right. I'm gonna miss Coach K. He was in Army for a little while.
Yep, with Bobby Knight.
Bobby Knight. Yeah, Bobby Knight.
Could you imagine those playing for those two guys?
Oh, Bobby Knight and Coach. And
They were on the same squad.
And I want to say Belichick and Parcells might have been at the same time
Yeah.
football wise.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine those guys?
Yeah, Parcells, Bobby Knight, and Tony LaRusse are all like BFFs.
Can you imagine those? Oh my gosh.
Think about those three in a room together.
Oh, crazy.
A great coach turns average players into great players.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Makes them men.
Makes them men and brings the most out of them.
Gets the most out of them. That's what a great coach
Coaches
does.
have to be psychologists these days.
Yeah,
Nowadays you got to
personalities.
personalities and then with college recruiting and it's a different world.
All right, hour 1 is in the books. Hour 2, we're going to talk with Ryan Fannon, the radio voice of the Villanova Wildcats. He's going to be calling us courtside from Indianapolis, where Butler is. They're out in Butler for that big game tonight. The last one of the season.
Butler doesn't remember Hoosiers. That's what I think of Butler Hoosiers. Right?
When we return, more locker room right after this.
It's Flyers Blackhawks later today with Tim Saunders and Steve Coates calling all the play-by-play action. Coverage begins at 3 p.m. on your home for Flyers hockey in South Jersey. 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
With thousands of dollars in new tax credits this year, Jackson Hewitt understands there's a lot at stake this tax season. We have 102 reasons to switch to a Jackson Hewitt Tax Pro, like giving you $100 just to switch. So that's 100. Then we'll track down every last tax credit so you get every dollar you deserve. That's 101. Finally, we guarantee you'll get your biggest refund. That's 102. Want to discover 103? Book an appointment at a participating location near you. Offer ends March 6th. Available at participating retail locations for new clients only. Mention this ad when filing. Terms apply. Visit jacksonhewitt.com for details.
I need 4 more of their biscuit carnitas, 2 burnt end platters, 3.
The kitchen at Kai's Barbecue is firing on all cylinders.
Greg, help me bring these to the pickup counter.
He needs food runners who can hit the ground quickly.
86 on the chicken and we're short-staffed. Let's pick it up.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry's starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover, all for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter 5510 at checkout. That's harrys.com, code 5510. Enjoy.
High prices don't get you a great network. A great network gets you a great network. It's why Total Wireless runs on the largest, most dependable network with nationwide 5G. And now our totally unlimited plan is just $50 a month for talk, text, and high-speed data that never run out. Get unlimited laughing, scrolling, unlimited everything. Total Wireless. Do amazing. Available at authorized dealers. Capable device and SIM required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary. Total Wireless reserves the right to review your account after 60 gigs. Terms and conditions at totalwireless.com/terms.
Have you wanted to speak a new language but thought it'd be too difficult or take too much time? Then try Babbel. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel teaches you conversations that you will actually use. With 14 languages and lesson topics like travel, business, relationships, and more, you'll learn what matters most to you. Babbel. Language for life. Learn a new language with ease. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com.
The radio home of Joel Embiid, James Harden, and the 76ers. WENJ, WENJ HD, Millville, Atlantic City. We are 97.3 ESPN, a Town Square media station.
Red 83!
Welcome to the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Ron Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Get me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
All right, we're back here in the locker room with Billy Schwein, Brad Quast, 97.3 ESPN, March 5th. And it's March, man.
March Madness, baby.
March Madness is upon us. And, of course, the college basketball has one more regular season game to play. And then it's tournament time, Q.
Love it. Love this time of year.
So last year we got cheated. We didn't get a chance to talk to my next guest. This guy's got passion. He's knowledgeable. He's got a great voice. So let's go to the Maserati, the Mainline Sports Hotline, and welcome in the radio voice of the Villanova Wildcats, Ryan Fannon. What's up, Ryan?
What's up, Ryan?
What's up? What's up, Billy? What's up, Brad? Great to be with you guys. And right here at the famous Hinkle Fieldhouse in Indianapolis, it doesn't get much better. One of the great venues in all of college basketball.
Now, are you courtside right there, Ryan?
Yeah, we're broadcasting today right next to the Villanova bench. You know, sometimes we're across the court. A few times because of COVID issues in the last couple of years, we've been up broadcasting on the second level of different venues. But we are right there courtside today. And to think that Villanova's season ended here last year to Baylor, the defending national champions, and Villanova was up 7 in that game without Colin Gillespie playing in a bubble. And here we are a year later, and it's just a liberating feeling as things are improving, obviously, with COVID in a huge way. Seeing the crowd just come into Hinkle Fieldhouse right now. No bubble this year, NCAA tournament sites all over the country, and things are just starting to feel much more normal every day. And the Big East tournament next week at the Garden. It's just an incredible time of the year.
How big of a crowd? What's the stadium hold there at Butler?
So it's 9,100.
Okay.
When it opened back, incredible history in this building. When it opened in 1928, it was 15,000. And then in 1989, they actually reduced due to renovations and brought it from 15,000 down to 11,000. And now it's 9,100. And, I was just doing my research, looking back because I've got to call a lot of games here over the years. But the history of this of Hinkle Fieldhouse is just unbelievable, from Hoosiers being filmed here to the Milan high school team winning the state championship here in 1954 that led to the Hoosiers.
We're just talking about that, Hoosiers. Gene Hackman.
I mean, presidential speeches over the years, future Olympic gold medalist Jesse Owens broke a world record here back in 35. I mean, there's
history.
so much
Yeah,
here
that's awesome.
happened at Hinkle Fieldhouse.
All right, let's talk about the current Villanova Wildcats, because at 21-7, they're really playing well. I mean, they got off to a 2-2 start at the beginning of the season. I've had an opportunity, Ryan, to watch maybe about 8 or 9 games this year. And one thing I noticed, and we've talked about this on a couple previous shows, that the balanced scoring attack this team has. Most games that I watched, all 5 guys are in double figures.
Absolutely, and don't forget, we got to squeeze one more win. You said 21. Don't forget that 22nd win we had Tuesday against Providence.
Oh, that's right. My bad.
Friars.
Yeah.
So
22-7
22-7. What seed do you think you'll be?
Before I tell you a little bit about the balance of the team that you asked, it's a really crazy scenario. Providence doesn't play this weekend. They ended up in conference play at a winning percentage of 82%. They only played 17 league games. So if Villanova wins today, Providence had already clinched the Big East title last weekend, guys, but they're going to end up 14-3 playing 17 conference games. Villanova with a win today would end up 16-4 at 80% winning percentage. Villanova would have swept Providence. And how about the 3 games that Providence missed playing? At Seton Hall, at Creighton, Connecticut at home.
Wow,
3 teams on their way, most likely to the NCAA tournament. So that's been a little tough to swallow. But I think right now, you look at Villanova from a seeding perspective. I think right now you see most of the projections around the country that are Villanova is the strongest number 3 seed projection as of today, or barely on the 2 line. And with the game today against Butler and then an incredible Big East tournament coming up next week, I don't see really any scenario Villanova would drop to the 4 line in the NCAA tournament unless they lost today and didn't win the Big East tournament. So that would give them 2 more losses. I think if they can win today, I think it's going to really end up that, depending on how they do in New York, they'll end up on the 3 line or the 2 line in the NCAA tournament. But a very important game to take care of business today, because Butler's had a tough year. They're 13-17 overall. They're 6-13 in Big East play. And this is a game Villanova's got to take care of business and not slip today.
We're talking with the radio voice of the Villanova Wildcats, Ryan Fannon. Last time the Cats played Butler, they blew them away, 72-36, I believe it was.
And everybody brings their A game against Villanova too.
But Ryan, is this a game you got to watch out for? I mean, obviously Coach Wright will have these guys prepared, but when the last time they met, they blew them out by such a big number. Do you think that they could be overlooking this team?
The great thing about Jay Wright that I've seen for the 21 years he's been here is he always talks about only one thing, the game in front of them. And our kids are so focused. Villanova basketball players, I've talked to them. You hear them in interviews. They don't even look. They're like, I don't know who we play next week. I know we're playing Butler next. So I think it's part of that culture that Jay has built here, that we respect our opponents and we only think about the game in front of us. And I think it's really been a huge, obviously a recipe for incredible success under Jay Wright with 3 Final Fours and 2 national championships. He never lets his team start to do that. I remember over the years, coaches would say, hey, we're on the bubble right now, but if we win 3 of our next 5, we're going to probably get in. And Jay never, ever has gotten into that narrative. He will never go down that road. He'll only talk about the game in front of him. Now, Butler has 7 players today that are on this roster. 15 will dress today for Butler, playing their last game ever at Hinkle.
Wow.
And this league this year, I think, is the best the Big East has been since the reconfigured Big East came into fruition in the 13-14 season. So this is the 9th year of, let's call it, the reconfigured Big East. So when you go on the road, you got to be ready to play. And the fact that Villanova beat Butler by 40 back in mid-January, I know Jay and the players, they're not thinking anything about that game. They're thinking about what do we need today to take care of business and play 40 minutes of Villanova basketball, get the W, and finish this regular season 23-7 and 16-4 in the league.
A couple of weeks ago, Colin Gillespie turned his ankle, and it looked pretty severe. I know it was everybody had a collective held their breath collectively, you included, Ryan. But I was shocked that he came back. How serious was he hurt?
You know, he was really in a lot of pain.
It looked bad.
I've been around a lot of these guys throughout the years, and his pain tolerance is as good as I've seen. Because for him to be able to not miss any games, and looked like he tweaked it a little bit in the Connecticut game, but I think Villanova caught a big break schedule-wise. They had 7 days between games. The loss at Connecticut on February the 22nd, and then the next game against Providence at home on March 1st. And I think it really allowed him and Justin Moore to heal. And Gillespie looked as healthy as I've seen since the original injury, really in that last game against Providence on Tuesday. So I think Villanova's really starting to come around in terms of health. I did want to answer your question earlier about the great balance of this team.
Yeah.
You just look at this team and, Gillespie's our leading scorer at 16.5 points a game, and Moore has 15.5. But you look at Samuel's averages 10, and Daniels averages 10, and Dixon averages 10, and Slater averages 9. We have 6 guys that can literally on any given night easily score 20 points. And a perfect example of that is Caleb Daniels, who averages 10 and scored 20 against Providence on Tuesday night 4 days ago.
Hey, Rye, that being said, what makes Jay such a good recruiter? I mean, because Villanova is a unique place, and
It's not a big school.
It's not a big school. It's academically, it's tough. And I know Jay personally, and he's such a good man. But what makes him so good in the recruiting field, and then plus also when these student athletes come to Villanova,
Buying into
he buying into the program and gets the most out of them. What can you answer that one?
I think a couple things. First of all, because knowing Jay, like a lot of us have had an opportunity to get to know him, he's an amazing person.
Yeah,
like he's the nicest guy you'll ever meet. He always has time for everybody. He is a guy that everybody wants to be around. And because he's so genuine, that when he recruits, he interacts with future Villanova players and parents, and he's just a guy that literally is able to be the person that you would want your son to go play for. So he's got it all going right there.
Yep.
And then as the program's grown and we've continued to put so many players in the NBA, that helps in recruiting. And then he has a little different narrative. A lot of coaches go in and promise that you're going to be the starting point guard and you're going to be the guy that turns this around. Jay Wright comes in and says, if you want to be part of something bigger than yourself, come to Villanova. And he sets the tone, and it's a different kind of thing. I think a lot of, this is my guess, like he walks out of visits with parents and they go, well, I haven't heard that before. I've heard that you're going to get this.
You're not getting that 5-star
no.
kid that's good. that wants to be the me guy and going to one and done.
Correct.
See,
there's no me in this program. It's
Yeah,
all
that's
about
great.
the name
That's
on
awesome.
the front of the jersey, not the back of the jersey.
We're talking with the radio voice of the Villanova Wildcats, Ryan Fannon. Expectations weren't all that high at the beginning of the season for this team. I didn't really my expectations.
They were under the radar.
So under the radar. So is this one of Jay Wright's best coaching jobs, Ryan?
You guys, I know because Villanova lost back-to-back by 20 and 21 points to Baylor and Creighton in December, that really fell Villanova off the radar a little bit and dropped us down even below 20 in the rankings. But remember, when this season started, because Gillespie and Samuels decided to come back and Moore was returning and we had some good freshmen coming in and some other sophomores and juniors, this was a team that was picked to be one of the teams in the whole country. But I think because of that December hiccup,
because they started off 2-2.
How good Villanova could be, and now they're seeing how good they really are. So it's been a little bit of an up and down from that respect. But I feel like health-wise, balanced scoring, our defense. Our defensive numbers have slipped a little bit in the last month. We were playing unbelievable defensively in the month of January. And I think right now we got to get back and get our defense a little bit back to the level it was. We've given up a lot of points in some recent games, but we're playing a lot of really good teams like Providence twice and Connecticut. So I think this team has a lot of the things. It's not as talented as the 16 and 18 national championship teams, but I can tell you one thing. It has incredible leadership. Colin Gillespie is as good a leader as we've had. And I'm talking about some legends in Brunson and Arcidiacono when I talk about great leaders in recent years.
And that's a perfect segue, because the couple games that I watched, the few games that I watched, Gillespie seems like when he gets in there, he's such a calming presence.
He does.
You know what I mean? Like a true, like you just said, alluded to, is a true leader. But the ball movement with this team, I thought, was exceptional.
Yeah, I mean, right now you just look at Villanova from a standpoint. I mean, in the season we averaged 12 assists a game. Some years we've averaged a little bit higher than that. But our ball movement, especially with Gillespie getting more and more healthy, we work the ball. You see, we're not a team that plays a lot of up tempo. We don't run a lot. We take shots late in the shot clock, but we're patient and we're steady. Even when the shot clock's down to 7, 6, 5, we're still making that extra pass, moving it around the perimeter, trusting to use the full shot clock. And a lot of that is because of veteran savvy play, that we just have poise. And here's the X factor of this team. We are the best free throw shooting team in the country. And when it comes to March, we know, just ask Calipari back in 2008 when he lost in San Antonio to Kansas, when they could not make their free throws. Not only is Villanova a really good free throw shooting team, it's tracking to be the best in the history of Division I.
Wow.
The Harvard team back in the mid 80s. And so that's something to watch when we get to tournament time, Big East tournament time. We know every game when you get down the road, a lot of those, they're just close. And are you going to make the free throws?
Coaching.
Yeah. All right, Ryan, you're getting ready for the call. We're going to let you run. I know you're courtside, getting ready for the call, the Villanova Butler game. Thanks a lot, Ryan. We really appreciate it. And we're going to have you on real soon again for the tournament.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thanks, Billy. Thanks, Brad. Great being with you guys. Have a great weekend. Go Cats.
Let's go Cats. All right, there he is. He gets me pumped up for Villanova basketball,
what a great
man.
Voice.
Oh,
Nice
yeah.
voice.
I catch him. I think he's on Sirius. I forget what channel it is, but he's on Sirius Radio. And Ryan's a great guy, and we're going to have him back on, especially tournament time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, he's a good one. And I love Jay. I love what they do at the program. And they're winners. They just get it.
All right, then. Ryan Fannon was there on the Maserati, the Mainline Sports Hotline. I want to remind people, the second hour of the locker room is brought to you by the Great Bay Country Club, where it's not just golf, it's fun. Make Great Bay Country Club your club. Great Bay is an award-winning private golf club where you are greeted by name. It's home of the 3-hour and 58-minute round. You can play on their 18-hole championship golf course, enjoy fine dining, experience lively atmosphere in the pub. There's a full calendar of golf and social events throughout the season to appeal to everyone. For more information, go to greatbay.com. or give them a call at 609-927-5071. Great Bay Country Club in Summers Point, New Jersey. See why it's always a great day at Great Bay. When you get down there, say hello to Radio Ron Ralston for us. All right, My Winter Watchdog. Have you heard of New Jersey's premier vacant home management service, My Winter Watchdog? You know those worrisome thoughts that creep into your mind every time you hear of a storm coming, and the daunting task of driving down to the shore to check on the house hours at a time on the road. Let My Winter Watchdog be your eyes and ears with their 15-point inspection checklist. They offer a full menu of maintenance and improvement services. Owner Debbie McGonigal and her team of property caretakers are professional, licensed, bonded, and insured. So don't let the winter worry you. They'll give your house that lived-in look. That's My Winter Watchdog. Go to mywinterwatchdog.com or give them a call at 267-202-1869. That's 267-202-1869. Or send Debbie an email, debbie@mywinterwatchdog.com. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker with Billy Schwein, Brad Quast, right on 97.3 ESPN.
Coming up on the next edition of the Sports Bash with Mike Gill.
Coming up on Monday, we'll recap the Sixers weekend against the Cavs and the Heat and get you ready for the Sixers' big matchup with the Bulls. Paul Hudrick will join us. Football at 4. Jeff Mosher, Mike McGarry recaps the weekend. All the NFL news, the latest on the Major League Baseball lockout, and more. Monday's Bash.
The Sports Bash, weekdays from 2 to 6 on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot, and you need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Grimes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Grimes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Grimes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com. Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical. They're number one.
Hi, this is Camden County Commissioner John Young with some quick COVID vaccine facts. First, if you haven't received your booster shot, you're not fully protected. 99% of our positive cases are people who haven't been boosted. Second, we can't predict who will have a mild or severe illness. We must all get vaccinated to protect everyone around us. This is your shot. Make it count. And remember, if you're not boosted, you're not fully protected. Visit CamdenCounty.com/vaccine for more information.
Searching for fun ways to spend your tax return? Boats for cats. Oh, flotation devices for cats. Don't waste it all on something silly. Spend smarter with Straight Talk. Get our Silver Unlimited plan for $45 a month with unlimited high-speed data and 5 gigs of hotspot data on the nation's largest, most dependable networks with nationwide 5G. If you're looking to get the most out of your refund, your search ends here. Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com.
Do you want the best for your car? Then fill up with premium at Circle K. Circle K Premium is our best fuel with double the cleaning detergent, protecting your engine from corrosion and damage so it can work at its best. And that, my friend, increases your mileage for more cha-ching in your pocket. Plus, when you fill up with premium at Circle K, you can save up to 20 cents per gallon. Offer valid Thursdays or Fridays at participating stores. For details, visit CircleK.com. Circle K. How convenient.
You could save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, but when we just come out and say it, it feels like it falls a bit flat. So instead, we're going to hire a professional voice actor and pay him absurd amounts of money to say,
I like this product.
Not sure why that was better. I mean, I'm a professional too, but we didn't pay him to say the business part, so back to me. Save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. Sorry, I know hearing me say it was a bit of a letdown. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discount not available in all states or situations.
All right, Q. It was good to hear from Ryan Fannon because he's passionate.
He's got a great voice.
The historical perspective that he gives us every time he's on my show, man. He's lighting it up, man.
Yeah, no,
hey, Billy,
good.
he sounds like a basketball
player.
player.
He does, doesn't he?
Doesn't he?
You have to say guys sound different for basketball and baseball to be the
baseball's like a pastime, right? So everybody's like,
but you have to have a voice for it.
Yeah. Baseball has to be more deliberate. Basketball has to be more high pace.
High
then
pace.
Football has to be more demonstrative.
Yes.
Listen to Josh.
Wow, there you go.
Man, wow.
Very good.
Wow, Commander.
What a
All right.
Not the Washington Commander.
So listen, so we got a great day of basketball and baseball is locked out.
Who cares?
Who cares?
Everybody really
Who cares?
Do you really care?
No.
I do a little bit.
Baseball's
I'm
dead to me
out,
right
man.
now.
They're dead to me. You're dead.
They can go pound sand.
If they can't figure it out, they're dead.
So here's another thing that is kind of, it's weird. The fact that they're losing, their attendance is declined. Their viewership on TV has gone down. Why would they want to damage their game?
Bill, I got a stat for you.
Go ahead.
With that. So me and Mike will talk about this week. Did you know that the Atlanta MLS team averages more fans per game than the Atlanta Braves?
That doesn't surprise me.
And the Braves had the second highest attendance in baseball.
I've always maintained that Braves fans are.
Chew on that for a minute.
Yeah, it's just it's baseball. It's not.
But it's soccer.
It's too slow. They want to speed it up.
There's no scoring in soccer.
So let's move on. It's dead.
I
Billy, it's dead to me.
Is it dead to you?
It's dead to me. Let's talk. Move on.
You got the horse head in the bed?
Horse head in the bed. It's dead. You're dead. Never be dead.
All right, Q, man. But there's no baseball, so we got to talk about the combine.
I'm watching the combine more than any sport.
You watch the combine now
on NFL Network.
So I want to get into it with you because you are a former NFL player,
combine participant.
Right? You were a combine participant. So what has raised my interest is some of the questions they ask, and I know since you lived it. Now the questions. They ask all kind of weird questions. So what did they ask you?
Well, thank goodness they didn't have social
media. And tell us the ones you can tell us on the radio.
Yeah, exactly. Social media. We didn't have social media, so everything was in person, in letters and filling stuff. So the first day they bring everyone into the combine by position. So it's a 2.5 day. You fly in the night before. The first day was all interviews.
Right.
All GM's interviews. You have all your physicals by each team. You get your height, weight measurement.
And you before the show, before we came on the air, they were saying that you get stripped down in your skivvies basically. Literally, they're looking at your body like a piece of meat.
You're on a stage. You take your shirt off.
A beauty pageant, Josh.
I had LB number 25, whatever was Quast on it, and you take your shirt off and you're sideways.
Right.
And you turn sideways. They measure your
bend
hand,
over,
the
profile,
everything. Your inseam.
Touch your toes.
It was like I felt like I was violated. I got violated. So you do all that, and then you go through all the different physicals, and then they ask questions. They ask questions like,
"Well, were you said so?" Some of the questions that you alluded to earlier, but were you shocked that they did that much? That they were that deep? That they investigated you that much?
Yes, because they called my high school coach. They called people
I understand that.
They knew that I had a high school girlfriend and a girlfriend that at Iowa, and they wanted what my intention in the future was with her. That's crazy.
Like they asked you if you're going to propose to her if you make the NFL.
Obviously, we did our background on you, and you grew up here, and you have 2 sisters and a brother. Yeah. And you have a girlfriend all through high school. And I go, excuse me, what? Excuse me. They knew everything.
I mean, they ask people if they lost their virginity.
They ask questions like that. They want to see how you react.
And even though they've cleaned up some of it, it's still weird stuff going on.
It's weird.
Like what kind of gun do you shoot?
Well, they got to ask that now because they want to know if you have a gun. I mean, because with the
Second Amendment, you're allowed to have guns.
I know, but they don't. Athletes and guns don't mix well.
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
all right. So it's not a good. It's not a good combination, Billy.
Football coaches and guns.
Can you imagine Andre Rison at the combine?
Remember Barry Switzer?
But they ask those questions, and then I'm watching the rules, and I can't believe the athleticism. 4.21 40.
So Bo Melton's from the area, right? Josh, and,
he's from
I saw Dave Klemick. Yeah,
he's Creek grad.
Yeah, he works out with Dave Klemick at his facility. And what did he run? A 4.3?
4.34 was his fastest time.
That's flying.
That's unbelievable.
You know what I did for the combine?
Hold on, let me take it. Well, you were a linebacker.
Yeah,
and you're a big dude. I'm going to say back then you probably ran a 4.8.
I ran a 4.7.
Did you really?
5 at the combine, and my pro day I ran a 4.55. At my pro day.
Come on.
Yeah.
You ran a 4.55.
I was a 10 800 meter. I was a track star in high school.
Really?
Yeah.
Plus, man.
But the back then the turf was slow, and like I said, my training was I stopped drinking for a week before the combine. We didn't go to have these all speed trainers. We didn't do it.
Right. They didn't. Didn't do it back
they
then.
said, the weight coach would go, okay, here's the drills you're going to do, the linebacker drills. You're going to cover running backs and stuff, and you're going to. So we did those drills, but I mean, like speed and working. No.
Well, give me some other questions they asked you. Can you remember? I mean, I asked you.
They asked.
You can talk.
They would say they want to know your leadership qualities. Are you a leader? Are you
understandable?
All your aptitude tests. Like you take all the aptitude tests. Like some guys didn't do real well. They want to know if you're going to be a quarterback of the team. Can you command the playbook? Right. Stuff like that.
So do they ask you to look at the playbook and then ask you things about it?
Yeah, I remember a couple DCs would get up there and draw.
I remember my college. I went to a junior college in North Carolina, Lees McRae. our playbook was like 5 inches thick.
Yeah, but from college
What
to
is it-
pro,
what's
it's complicated. It's even more complicated now.
That would be this people stigmatize football players as dumb jocks.
You can't
be a
no,
dumb
you
jock.
can't be. If we'll watch a game and the personnel groupings, and I'll go into detail and explain, and people go, "Oh my God, I didn't realize that's much into it." It's a chess game. It's a chess game. These all young coaches. That's all
So
it is.
Q, give me another question.
I'm trying to think some other questions was they want to know your background, who you hang with on the team.
Right, okay.
They interview.
Do they ask if you drink? If you they go to concerts?
They knew I was. So I went to Iowa because of Barry Alvarez.
Right.
And then he went to Notre Dame with Lou Holtz, and that came up. He goes, "We heard that you were going to transfer to Notre Dame after you leave Iowa and go with Coach Alvarez. Why didn't you?" And I go, well,
pick your brain, see what.
Why didn't you go?
tick.
And
it's not even as much, because I've been told this before by other athletes. It's not as much specifically what you answer, but how you answer.
Yeah.
They psychoanalyze how you answer.
And the Wonderlic test, is that just for offense, or is that?
It's everyone takes it. Yeah.
And the combine, if I'm not mistaken, is kind of losing its luster because of the pro days, right? I mean, more emphasis is now on the pro day.
Well, the pro days, it depends your stock value, like where you're going to go. Like a lot of times,
the top 5 picks don't. The top 10 picks don't go to the.
They
combine.
don't want to participate because they're not throwing the receivers. They're normally, they want to have the timing's not there. So if you're that guy, the top 10, you go, I'm going to go to,
because all you can do is hurt your. Yeah. All you can do is go down.
All you go down. But you have to go for physicals, because I literally I flunked my physical on my neck. Like,
can't make the club in the tub.
My neck. So it was ironic that one guy looked at it, one team doctor, and then he starts talking all the other 28 teams.
Right.
They looked at my, I'm like, then everybody wanted to get a piece of it. Right. Let me see your x-rays. Let me see that. So
now a lot has been made about Malik Willis.
Yeah. Liberty guy.
I mean, and I think he started at Auburn, right?
Yeah.
He started at Auburn. He left Auburn because he lost the job to Bo Nix.
Right.
And what happened was,
why would he go to
Freeze,
Liberty, though?
Well, Hugh Freeze used to be at Ole Miss.
Yes, that's the connection.
He went to Liberty. He had tried to recruit him to Ole Miss originally. So he said, look, you're not playing at Auburn. Come with me. I'm going to run that style offense here.
Yep, and that's exactly how that happened.
But Q, I mean,
because Liberty is a unique place.
Right, so he might be a great talent, but I'm not. I don't think Jalen Hurts is like the franchise quarterback, but I'm not ready to give up.
Would you give a Jalen? How do you compare those?
Because look, we got a 15, 16, and 19 pick. I think we need to bolster the defense.
Okay.
I agree with that.
You don't agree with it either?
I said I do agree
with
that.
Yeah.
I've been pounding a table about that for months now.
I mean,
I don't want to see a single skill offensive position in the first round.
Right.
So I don't know if they're going to go best available, but they have to go best available, but need. I think the Eagles go D tackle.
Defensive end. They need a rusher.
Okay, but a D tackle, 9 technique.
They need both.
They need that guy at that in the draft. You're going to get an athlete that can go. You can play him at the 9 technique. You can move him inside. You can move him everywhere. You can get a guy at that position.
Right.
And then, of course,
Gannon likes those versatile guys.
Yes, and he'll be there at that position.
Are they going to go line? You think they're going to go invest in a linebacker? They have never done that over all the years, especially the Lurie.
Not a Mike. They might get a Will or Sam, but not a Mike. No, you don't draft a Mike that high.
The problem is that this draft has a lot of depth at certain positions, and I think the Eagles will probably hyper focus on certain positions. So it'll be a shame, because a guy who I would love to see in the Eagles uniform is Jacoby Dean.
Yes.
But I don't think they're going to draft.
How about the guy from Purdue, the kid from Purdue?
Karlaftis?
Yeah,
he's good. He's good.
I saw him. I saw Purdue play twice this year.
I just hope they don't.
I like Karlaftis more.
I just hope they don't move down and get more value. I mean,
I just hope they don't go after Malik Willis. I don't want him to go after. I mean, he threw that bomb.
No,
you know how Howie Roseman is.
He
trying to
get a learning curve. He's got to now. He's not ready to play.
The Eagles have already said they're committed to Jalen Hurts. They doubled down this week at the
I know they said that.
Session. Yeah. Listen, it gets back to the reason why they drafted this guy. And Howie inferred this previously, and he's never backed off this statement. The Eagles, Joe Banner tells the story. I've heard him tell the story numerous times. The Eagles wanted Russell Wilson, but they waited too long, and Seattle scooped him up, and they got Nick Foles later instead.
Right.
Howie Roseman said that in that draft, they didn't get the quarterback they wanted, and he wouldn't say who it was because of tampering reasons. So you already know who it is. He said, we looked at Jalen Hurts, and we said we couldn't miss out again. That's what they think of this guy.
Well,
for better or worse.
I just don't. You know how he tries to outsmart everybody in the room.
Yeah,
right?
they're all doing that right now. It's a chess game. You know, they don't want to know, because if somebody knows that you want that guy, covet that guy, now you lose your bargaining power. It's a chess game behind the scenes. You know what? I'd like to see you get my Iowa boy, the center.
Yeah,
and replay. Yeah,
well,
that'd be nice.
Because Landon Dickerson's going to stay at left
Yeah,
guard.
but
right?
I mean, and he's not going to be around. I mean, this is last year if he comes back at all.
Oh, you mean Kelsey?
Kelsey.
Yeah,
I
think Kelsey plays one more year.
Yeah, one more year. One more year. All right. The second hour of the locker room is brought to you by the Great Bay Country Club, where it's not just golf, it's fun. Make Great Bay Country Club your club. Great Bay is an award-winning private golf club where you are greeted by name. It's home of the 3-hour and 58-minute round. You can play on their 18-hole championship golf course, enjoy fine dining, experience lively atmosphere in the pub. There's a full calendar of golf and social events throughout the season to appeal to everyone. For more information on how to become a member, book a wedding, go to greatbay.com or give them a call at 609-927-5071. Great Bay Country Club in Summers Point, New Jersey. See why it's always a great day at Great Bay. And, of course, the weather's changing, Q, so we're going to have to get down there and hit that ball around.
It is nice. It's getting nice.
All right. Friends, let me tell you about Maserati, the main line. Located just minutes from downtown Philadelphia. They offer a client-focused car buying experience designed to exceed all expectations. I invite you to see the area's largest selection of new Maseratis, including the sporty Ghibli midsize sedan of the class-leading Levante, the only SUV worthy of being called a Maserati. Maserati, the main line, also leads the nation in certified pre-owned sales and has the highest quality like new Maseratis available on the market. Your experience does not end at the point of a sale, as Maserati, the main line, offers free pickup and delivery for scheduled service appointments and provides a new Maserati loaner car. So be audacious. Call my good friend Michael Pileggi at Maserati, the main line, today at 484-804-4800. That's 484-804-4800, or visit them online anytime at motml.com. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker room with Billy Schwein, Brad Quast on 97.3 ESPN and the mobile app.
They score! It's Flyers Blackhawks later today with Tim Saunders and Steve Coates calling all the play-by-play action. Coverage begins at 3 p.m. on your home for Flyers hockey in South Jersey. 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee. Those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning. Those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free Train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for a military and senior discount.
Calling again, again and again. Calling again, again and again.
Hi, this is Mike Herron. You've heard me talk about my experiences playing football at the Naval Academy on the locker room with Billy Schwein. I'm here to tell you about a company with the same high level of integrity and dedication that it takes to be successful on the football field. Best Property Maintenance. When you need cleaning and janitorial services you can trust, call Best Property Maintenance. They'll take care of your property from top to bottom, commercial and residential, fully licensed and insured. Call Best today. When you want it done right and on time, call Best. They'll do the rest. Call today 609-926-2378 or go online at bestpropertynj.com.
Do you want the best for your car? Then fill up with premium at Circle K. Circle K Premium is our best fuel with double the cleaning detergent, protecting your engine from corrosion and damage so it can work at its best. And that, my friend, increases your mileage for more cha-ching in your pocket. Plus, when you fill up with premium at Circle K, you can save up to 20 cents per gallon. Offer valid Thursdays or Fridays at participating stores. For details, visit CircleK.com. Circle K. How convenient.
We're out of the brand name, but we do have the generic version of that.
Serene's Pharmacy can't keep up with allergy season.
Who's next in line?
They need certified technicians to alleviate the headache.
Ma'am, I'm so sorry for the wait. We'll have your prescription filled soon. I need some help.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
You could save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, but when we just come out and say it, it feels like it falls a bit flat. So instead, we're going to hire a professional voice actor and pay him absurd amounts of money to say,
I like this product.
Not sure why that was better. I mean, I'm a professional too, but we didn't pay him to say the business part, so back to me. Save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. Sorry, I know hearing me say it was a bit of a letdown. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discount not available in all states or situations.
Take a break from the books and plan your spring break getaway now. Create memories to last a lifetime, starting with nonstop flights from Atlantic City International Airport to Cancun, San Juan, and Miami. Book your low-cost flight today by visiting Spirit.com.
Clap your hands, everybody, for Philadelphia 76ers. Yeah.
You can't
I
sing,
love
Billy.
that.
No, you can't sing.
I got an ear
You
of 10.
can't sing. You sing like me. Terrible.
I'm great in the shower. I guess that's about it.
Yeah, right? Everyone can sing in the shower.
Yeah, you and Shaq.
Oh, man. I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking for the whole day.
You are. You're
Nova,
excited.
yeah, I'm excited.
I know you are. I can see it.
I'm easily excitable, right?
Yeah.
But I don't want people to. I don't like people being pessimistic about the what's going on with the Sixers. Let's enjoy it.
But you got to have you can't be too high or too low. You just gotta be,
you athletes. I'm tired, Josh. I'm tired of hearing that. Let's get excited.
You're telling me you're tired. I've been telling you that for 10 years. Me and Brad are on the same wavelength.
Just take your time, my friend.
I'm just glad you called me an athlete.
Yeah. Not an athletic supporter.
Exactly.
Getting back to the combine. I saw an article in my newspaper that I get delivered at my house that the Cowboys they're trying to outbid Indianapolis for the combine. Did you see that story, Josh?
Yeah, so the idea is that, so for those who don't know, the reason why, and Brad knows this as well, the reason why the combine is held in Indianapolis is because there was a service that ran it for years.
Yes.
Before the NFL became
Blisto.
intimately involved. Yeah. Now the NFL is intimately involved. They want to try to move it around, kind of like they do with the draft.
Yes, it's big TV ratings now with the NFL Network, and now it's its own monster.
Right.
So, yeah, that's the purpose.
So anybody who's got a dome, they can do it at. If you have a dome stadium, so if you're the Cowboys, if you're Minnesota, if you're any of these, Los Angeles, you got a dome.
You're in play.
You're in play.
Yep.
All right. The Cowboys, speaking of the Cowboys, are looking to trade or release Amari Cooper.
Well, they're going to release him.
They're going to release him.
So the way it's working is that he's got a $16 million cap hit. I was reviewing this yesterday on my show.
$20 million salary, right?
Well, he was paid $20 million last year. He has a $16 million hit this year. And the Cowboys are saying, and this is what I think is interesting. You guys tell me what you think about this. They're going to re-sign Michael Gallup, who's coming off an injury, who's been injured almost every year he's been in Dallas. They're going to keep him, but they're going to unload Amari Cooper, who has not been injured every year, who has been one of the most productive Cowboy receivers of the last 20 years. They're going to let him go because of $16 million, but they're going to keep Gallup, even though he's coming off an injury.
I'll tell you what.
Money. It's all about money. And wait until they got to sign the linebacker. Probably.
I
don't know if he'd be interested coming to the Eagles, but I would look.
I'd take him.
I would take him.
I would take him in a heartbeat. I would take him in a heartbeat.
Compliment Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
Right?
I think he'd be a great compliment.
Quez Watkins could be your third guy.
Absolutely.
But back to what Brad said, the money.
It's all about the money.
Is he
Show me the money.
Is he willing to not take $20 million to go somewhere else?
How about Cole Beasley? He's looking for a trade.
Yeah, I think Coop at his age, he wants to get paid still. So I don't know if he would take a pay
he's 28
cut.
years old.
Yeah, he still wants to. He's
turning 20.
He's got another contract left in him, so he wants to get paid.
He's got about 5 productive years left, wouldn't you say?
Oh, at least.
Yeah,
at least.
So yeah, he's got another contract.
My only concern with Cooper is this: Cooper has played now with Dak Prescott and Derek Carr. obviously Prescott's top 10 quarterback in the league. Derek Carr, top 15 in the league. I personally would like to see the Eagles sign Allen Robinson because Allen Robinson has been productive with Blake Bortles and Mitch Trubisky. And to me, if you're productive with middle-of-the-road quarterbacks, I think that you can be productive.
But I want the Eagles' number 2 receiver to be a big guy.
He has to be a big guy.
Yeah, because I'm tired of these little guys.
Well, and look at who we're
big guys beat up on little guys, Josh.
Yeah, but look who our quarterback is going to be lining up next year. He's not the most accurate throw. So
He's going to get better.
Well, Allen Robinson's taller than Amari Cooper.
You need big guys and you guys good route runners.
Bill,
and smart guys.
Allen Robinson is taller than Amari Cooper.
Right.
Okay.
Allen Robinson is 6'3".
That's what I want.
210.
All right. That's what I want.
That's what you want.
That's what I want.
That's what you want.
Josh laughs at me and everything. I maintain in all sports, big guys beat up on little guys. Right, Josh? Don't I say that?
You've been saying that until the day you die.
Right.
I mean,
is that? Am I far off with that, Q?
That's the truth.
I mean, Cole Beasley's the perfect
in the trenches
in every sport.
In every sport.
In every sport. If I'm gonna,
even in hockey, when you got fast guys, if in hockey, you want to try to get the biggest guy that can skate the best. I'm tired of these little guys.
Hockey, baseball. So baseball, all these kids traveling baseball teams, right? And we're in the Northeast, and he's a great player. He's going to go I said, but he's 5'7".
Right.
You can go down south and get 25 guys like that are 6'2" and 210. What's LSU baseball going to look at, or Oklahoma baseball?
Right.
I mean, if they're
Billy knows my position. Billy knows my position is I want football players. Sam Mills was not the biggest guy in the world.
And there are exceptions to the Josh,
There are exceptions.
There are exceptions to the rule. Cole Beasley's a perfect example. We just brought him up.
Right. I'm not saying that size doesn't matter. What I'm saying is that if you're giving me 2 players and your deciding factor is the one guy's bigger than the other, I need more than that.
Yeah, and it's great that like you have Russ and you've got Drew Brees that kind of broke the mold because of the 6'4", 6'5" quarterback.
Right, the
prototypical. You can't. You're 6'3", 6'4". You still can't see over the line.
Sure.
Drew Brees is 5'11".
Right.
Russ is 5. I mean, they're not big guys. What's it called? Murray and
Kyler Murray,
tiny 5'10".
He wants $40-some million.
Yeah, no, his agent's going to screw that.
I think Kyler Murray is 5'10" in cleats.
Yeah, he's small. I mean,
and he got to falter down a stretch there.
Yeah, Jackson down in Baltimore, great athletes. They're not big guys.
Not big dudes.
Not big dudes.
Yeah. But here's the thing though. That's what I like about Jalen Hurts. He's thick.
He's thick, but
he's not some skinny guy like Lamar and Kyler.
Right. Yeah,
these guys are these thin athletes.
Yes.
Jalen Hurts is out there deadlifting 600 pounds and squatting 500.
He's got some mass to him.
Yeah, he can take a hit. I need my quarterback to be able to get hit.
Big guys beat up on little guys.
Little guys.
All right, the second hour of the Locker Room is brought to you by the Great Bay Country Club, where it's not just golf, it's fun. And now the weather is starting to turn. You want to get down there. Make Great Bay Country Club your club. Great Bay is an award-winning private golf club where you are greeted by name. It's home of the 3-hour and 58-minute round. You can play on their 18-hole championship golf course, enjoy fine dining, experience lively atmosphere in the pub. And boy, is their food good, Q. We loved it down there.
The cocktails were good. The food was good. The round of golf was good. Yes, it was.
There's a full calendar of golf and social events throughout the season to appeal to everyone. For more information on how to become a member, go to greatbay.com or give them a call at 609-927-5071. Great Bay Country Club in Somers Point, New Jersey. See why it's always a great day at Great Bay. Hey, just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. Were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey to attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events, you see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. All right, when we return, we'll wrap it up. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Brad Quast, right here on 97.3 ESPN and the mobile app.
It's Sixers basketball tonight on 97.3 ESPN with the voice of the 76ers, Tom McGinnis, calling all the exciting play-by-play action.
Maxey step back three in the air. Got it. Tyrese Maxey feeling it, baby. A triple.
It's Sixers Heat. Coverage begins at 8 p.m. Philadelphia 76ers basketball on your radio home of the Sixers in South Jersey. 97.3 ESPN.
Are you kidding me?
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Randazzo's Pizza, there's one right nearby. Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza. It's a pizza like you've never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Do you want the best for your car? Then fill up with premium at Circle K. Circle K Premium is our best fuel with double the cleaning detergent, protecting your engine from corrosion and damage so it can work at its best. And that, my friend, increases your mileage for more cha-ching in your pocket. Plus, when you fill up with premium at Circle K, you can save up to 20 cents per gallon. Offer valid Thursdays or Fridays at participating stores. For details, visit CircleK.com. Circle K. How convenient.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. Dashboard light problems? We can help. Our free fix finder service can read your check engine light, ABS light, and service indicator light, and give you possible solutions, verified by licensed technicians. You'll even get detailed results sent straight to your email so you have them when you need it most. It's the most complete free warning light report backed by technician-verified fixes. The free fix finder service, only at AutoZone.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
More details at AutoZone.com.
Hoops are happening, and college basketball's biggest stage is right around the corner on PropSwap. Every season, Prop Swappers make thousands of dollars by simply buying and selling college basketball teams. Now is the time to find those Cinderellas while the odds are high. So get to your sportsbook, buy a handful of tickets, and list them on PropSwap. Remember, only one team needs to make a run, and that ticket will pay for the rest. Dark horses happen every year, so download the free PropSwap app today. PropSwap, where America buys and sells sports bets.
All right, we're back here in the locker room. Billy Schwein, Brad Quast.
Wrapping it up.
Time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it? I can't believe
it's gone already. It's nuts. We had a blast.
Josh Henning in the house pushing the buttons.
He knows all the trivia.
Yeah. Oh, he's a wealth of knowledge.
I'd like to put you on Jeopardy.
I would love to go on Jeopardy. That'd be fun.
You'd be a good Jeopardy guy.
I don't know how good I'd be, but I think it'd be fun.
You know a lot of stuff.
Good catch there.
So you're in with building the defense up for the in the draft, because like I said, we got 15, 16, and 19.
I don't know. I want to wait until the combine's done. I want to see the true numbers come out on these kids, and then kind of find out. And I don't know. I
just want to find out how interviews went.
I want interviews. I want to see how, and then I want to see who jumped out at the pro day.
So I want to draw this to your attention because it started last year when Nick Sirianni was hired. The rock, paper, scissors. And now this year he's got a Nerf game and
Nerf basketball.
And listen, if he wins, everybody, if he is a winning coach and they made the playoffs, say they get 2 playoff wins this year, just hypothetically, I'm saying, nobody's going to care about the Nerf game. If they don't win, they regress, they go backwards, it's going to be an issue. Like, who cares? Brad, do you really care? I mean,
I think these young coaches they were talking about it on the radio this week. He wants to see competitiveness. Well, he's competitive. You've been watching tape on him in high school and college. You know how he competes. And the Nerf, it's
gimmicky.
It's cheesy. It's like it's that kind of the new gen coach, the new sport. I don't know how it would react if it was like, hey,
did anybody do that to you when you were? No. All right. I mean, you're competitive as it is.
You go in there and they have an interview. Hey, how are you going to react to this? And are you a leader? Are you a follower? You got a lot of friends? Are you an introvert? Oh, by the way, let's go play Nerf basketball.
Right?
I'm like, excuse me, coach? Like, like some guys I think would look at it and go, what? Oh, yeah? And then back them down and push them against the wall. Maybe like I could see some guys would be like, okay, coach, you're.
I mean, if you make it to that level of sport,
kind of insulting.
You're right. You are a competitor.
But there's a way to do it that's not so cheesy. Like if you're talking to a prospect, right, and you say, hey, let's talk over a beer and a game of pool.
Exactly.
Yeah,
like you could do
different.
that.
So if he called me and says, Brad, I want to interview, and we go to his suite and we start asking, hey, coach, nice to meet you. You did a great job. He goes, hey, Brad, here's the ball. Let's play first one up to 21.
Yeah. Play 21 with a Nerf.
I would look at him. I would look at him. I go, okay. And then what I would do, I'd back him down and roll over him. I go, I jam on him. Is that done? Is that good, coach? Is that good, coach?
Knock him out of the way, swat him out of the way.
I give him a forearm shiver and knock him out. I go, boom, over. I go, coach, we good? That's what I would have done.
That's why
How's that for complaining?
That's what I've done. Yeah,
that's why I say play a game of pool or something.
Yeah, but I don't get it. It's like, what? Oh no. These
and you know what? The fact that he acknowledged, he said to the media, Sirianni did. He said, yeah, he goes, last year you guys got on me for the rock, paper, scissors. I thought that was pretty cool that he was candid enough to realize
he laughed at himself.
He laughed at himself, right?
Yeah,
That's self-deprecating.
yeah.
But the fact that he didn't learn from last year, he's doing it again this year.
I don't know, man. It's odd. It's odd.
But I think it's funny. How about Josh? Give him a forearm shot. How do you like that, coach?
Yeah.
Was that competitive enough? Send him through the wall.
Yeah, coach. This is what Mike linebackers do. Boom. There you go, coach. All right. He's missing 2 front teeth. How would that go?
I just think there's a way to do these things that's not so cheesy.
Yeah, I agree. Like
when I went to K-May Tech for high school really quick, and the soccer coach was also the Spanish teacher. And he would try to test me all the time, test my patience in class to see what I would or wouldn't react to.
Yes.
And one time, so I was part of the last generation of kids who get away with this. He had an iron ruler.
Ooh.
He would slap the table with. And one time he tried to slap my hand. I caught the ruler.
Oh, boy.
And I pulled it out of his hand.
He didn't like that.
No, he looked at me and he said, "You're starting tomorrow."
Oh, good. Okay, right? Well, that's how I back the coach down, back him, give him a form shiver.
That's great.
Coach,
That's
put me
tremendous.
I'm gonna go home and watch the NFL Network.
Yeah, so here's what we got. Now, I'm going home. Nova, I'm getting up. I won't get to the second. I won't be able to get there till the second half, but I'll Nova. 6 o'clock. I can't wait for that Duke game tonight.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna get emotional tonight.
I want to see who came back for it. I want to see his speech.
All right. And then, of course, at 8 o'clock, the Sixers and the Heat.
Okay.
We'll be back at it tomorrow. Mike Carlin's in the studio with me. Pete Thompson's in the house. And we'll have a recap of all the action from today. Entertain you with some pretty cool sports talk. Q, check in on the
next week we're booked.
And next week we're going to make the announcement tomorrow.
Okay. All right.
Thanks for making the locker room part of your Saturday, because nothing could be finer than talking sports with the Schweiner. Thanks to Brad Quast, Ryan Fannon, Josh Henning, my intern Jake. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you guys.
It's Flyers Blackhawks later today with Tim Saunders and Steve Coates calling all the play-by-play action. Coverage begins at 3 p.m. on your home for Flyers hockey in South Jersey. 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.